Hello, I'm Sam Snider here with Sarah Hough today for a quick interview. So, how's your campaign going?
You know, it's going really well. It's been great to get out and meet voters and hear about the issues that are important to folks. Of course, our public school system belongs to all of us. This is a nonpartisan election, so that's one of the things that's been so fun for me is to visit with everyone and hear about the things that are important to folks when we're talking about schools.
All right. So, how do you feel about the calls for 4-day school week?
Yeah, you know, we have seen a lot of school districts in Missouri move to a 4-day school week, and I think a big part of that has been funding. And when you talk to a lot of those districts, it's because they're trying to reduce the burden on transportation funding. They're trying to attract and retain teachers, which funding is a big part of that, paying our teachers a great wage. And so, you know, when I think about that, to me, that's a funding issue. And in Missouri in particular, and one of the reasons I'm running for school board is I believe strongly in public education, and I think that we should fund public education. You know, a 4-day school week, there are pros, right? You do have teachers that move into a district because they want that perk. Some families like that, a little bit extra flexibility in their schedule, but at the same time, it puts a lot of burden on families as well with childcare. You know, having to deal with that extra day that maybe mom and dad are working and you've got a kid at home, you've got to figure that out. So just as a general rule of thumb, I don't think that's something that Springfield is looking at, and I would continue to advocate that we fund our public schools so that we can educate our students 5 days a week.
Right. So what is your stance on the bans on transgender kids using the preferred bathrooms?
You know, I hear about this issue a lot from both sides. There are people that are for it, people that are against it. I think generally Springfield Public Schools has a pretty good policy that's in place. That if a transgender student wants or prefers to use a different bathroom, they'll make a neutral bathroom available. And I think that's a great solution. And we continue to look at solutions to implement policies for our transgender students. And you know, I think Springfield has a great policy.
And then school choice is also a hot topic. Is there anything that you believe should absolutely be left on a school-to-school basis?
You know, so school choice kind of mean kind of different things to different people. Just kind of nationally, that term tends to mean voucher programs and charter schools. And I do have concerns that as we use public dollars to fund those private schools, that it creates inequities in our education system. So I certainly think that at a statewide level, we should advocate for strong funding for our public schools. You know, there are choice programs. When we talk about Springfield being the district of choice, we do have a lot of choice programs, which is different than school choice. It's allowing students to choose kind of the right path for them. And I certainly think that that is something that we should continue to invest in and put forward for our students, because we're only going to continue to see more opportunities for students, and the quicker we can plug people into the field that they're interested in or help them investigate their strengths, I think the better success is going to be for them.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That's all my questions for now.
Thank you, Sam.
You have a good one.
Thank you.